Getting a deadly crash on the Loop 202, the Red Mountain Freeway near Priest Drive. The freeway reopening just moments ago. Still seeing a lot of those flashing lights out there on our roadways as well. Our Adam Mincer was at that scene. In the Light Rail West, and officials, they want your input on what the best routes would be tonight. Hey there, Megan Thompson. Much better news than we had just about a half hour or so ago about the 202 with that closure that our Adam Mincer was covering for us there near about Priest Drive in the westbound direction. We're seeing a lot of slowing in that area, especially near Priest, near Center Parkway, kind of between the 202 and that mini stack interchange for you westbound riders. They've now been able to reopen all of those lanes. Traffic flows are back to the green, and you shouldn't see any of those flashing lights out there anymore. Where we are seeing that slowing starting to begin is on the I-10 eastbound between that West Valley. Those speeds dropping to about 30 to 35 miles per hour just after you pass the Loop 101. So we'll track that desert drive time. KD, I'm following up with detectives tasked with making sure bars know the imposters as police target underage drinkers at Tempe Tavern. On how to spot these fakes. The Operation Safe Roads team investigating this, as we know alcohol-related crashes accounted for nearly 350 deaths out on Arizona roadways last year. By Accident Law Group, we do have a direction near about Litchfield Road. It is in that median area. We do see DPS on scene, and we do know our newsroom has reached out to those investigators there, those troopers, to see if we can gather some more details on this one. But thankfully, it's not blocking those lanes, but flashing lights are going to slow you down. Those speeds right around 25 miles per hour, as they should. You should move over at least one lane to give all of those vehicles involved a bit of the space they need to hopefully clear out. Right now, that drive time from the Tonopah area, passing the 303, passing that crash and heading over to the 101 is about 47 minutes. Your average speed 50 miles per hour. Right. However, I feel like it because right now the 17 is at a standstill. These cars are not getting by in that southbound direction because they're in the process of moving these vehicles involved in this crash out of the way. Hopefully this traffic starts moving when I next check in with you in just a couple of minutes. I'll bring you another live view ahead. And that is some great news for us on the southbound direction of the 17. Told you I was hoping to bring you those live images just a few minutes ago after we saw everything at a standstill in that southbound direction near about Glen. Clear the vehicles involved that were blocking the HOV lane and the left lane out of the way completely. Now that investigation continues off our valley freeways, which means you're moving again, but it's still pretty slow, of course, in that area. Speeds have improved to about 40 miles per hour as you get closer to the crash. But as you look back at about Peoria Avenue, Dunlap Avenue, those speeds are where we're seeing it more in that red range, about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So that means that drive time currently from the north stack where the 17 and the 101 meet down toward that stack interchange is 23 minutes. Your average speed has just dropped below 40 miles per hour. So about 30 to 35 miles per hour below the speed limit at this point in the morning. We're also dealing with that slowing too along I-10, of course, for you West Valley commuters. We'll get you a check of those desert drive times still ahead. Current traffic conditions, and I have a new crash to let you know about. This one on the 101, the Pima Freeway there in the Scottsdale area, right near Chaparral. It appears we've got the vehicles blocking that HOV lane. ADOT is on scene to help those vehicles involved in this one. But because of that, your speeds are dropping to about 15 miles per hour with that backup starting right around McDowell Road as you're working your way in that northbound direction. If you're heading over to the 17 from that 202-101 interchange, that should take you over a half hour. That average speed has now dropped about 10 to 15 miles per hour below the speed limit because of this trouble spot there as you're making your way through that crash scene. Stay to the right. Hopefully you'll be able to get by a little bit easier. We also had crashes on the 17 and the 10 for you West Valley commuters. So we're going to get you a check of Traffic Planner Plus as we review all of those desert drive times for you on this Thursday, still coming up. But got to see that HOV lane blocked off right now on the Loop 101, the northbound direction of the Pima Freeway there in the Scottsdale area near Chaparral. Up ahead. Hopefully they'll be able to move things out of the way soon, but look at those speeds. They're right around 15 to 20 miles per hour. 202-101 interchange. Heads up for you there. Stay to the right to get by that one. Also noticing slowing beginning in the northwestern part of the valley. So if you're making your way from Grand Avenue up to the north stack where the 17 and the 101 meet, that's a 15-minute drive time, mostly along that curve as you're making that transition northbound to technically eastbound. You're going to see that slowdown really build there near about 67th Avenue. There's a wide view across the valley. Definitely got that slowing along I-10 and the 17, especially with that crash too on the 17 near Glendale that I was showing you earlier. It's cleared, but that drive time right now is 23 minutes from the 101 to the stack, about 50 minutes on the 10 as you make your way from the West Valley towards that mini stack interchange.